Welcome everyone to Elevate Coast Space in Frisco, Colorado. I'm Amy Kemp. I am one of the owners here at Elevate Coast Space. This is Wendy Basie, and we are so honored for all of you to be here and to host this event. So I'm going to turn this over to Wendy, and she's going to introduce everyone.
Hi, I'm really glad that you've all come, and we are really honored. This is quite a thing for us here and in Frisco for sure. And I would like to introduce some esteemed people also, starting with Carrie Donovan from Eagle County, and Millie. I think you probably all know, but all of these people I'm sure you know. Millie Hadner, the instigator. And Susan Lontine, I'm so sorry. I've got a lot of names today, all state representatives, and I just can't tell you how happy we are to have them here and that they're the initiators in the bill, which we think will work well with us. And we're just happy to have you here at Elevate, and hopefully that you will enjoy our space, and this is working out really well for us, and hopefully for our esteemed governor. So now I will turn it over to Millie.
Oh, I thought okay. Thank you. Thanks, Wendy. I think you were going to talk about the bill?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you, Millie. So, the reason we're all gathered here is to celebrate the signing of House Bill 1271. Sometimes I get the numbers mixed up. If I'm not right, please let me know. We've ran a lot of bills this year. So this is the Mobile Learning Lab bill. This brings the opportunity for our community colleges to tap into some grant funds through the Office of Economic Development and International Trade to build mobile learning labs that can come to a business and allow them to have employees do training on site. It's a great program, especially for our rural communities and outlying districts, to be able to help with workforce development. It's a great win for employers because they get better trained employees, and it's a great win for employees because it's a skill that they will be able to take with them throughout their lives. And so I was so honored to be able to carry that. This was probably one of the easiest bills I did because most everybody liked it, and we didn't have any extra money to spend because thank you to the JBC for funding that through the Office of Economic Development and International Trade, which you can all thank Millie for taking care of. So I'll pass the microphone on to Millie and Carrie, and thank you all for being here.
Well, thank you, Susan. Yes. It's been a pleasure to work with Susan. She's just now finishing her very first year as a representative. She sits right in front of me on the floor of the House. And it's an honor also to be here with Carrie Donovan from Eagle County. Carrie was one of my third grade students when I taught at the Vale Elementary School. Just saying.
Miss Hamner.
Yeah, she's having a hard time calling me Millie.
I try to avoid it at all costs.
But Carrie is also just now finishing her first year, and she is phenomenal. She's done an amazing job. Carrie, did you want to say anything, or did you want us to just go ahead? Or go ahead.
You always let the teacher have the mic, right? So we don't need to change that now.
Oh, okay. But welcome, all of you. What a pleasant surprise to see so many fabulous Summit County faces here today. You know, we just wrapped up our legislative session last week, and so this to me is like a homecoming, seeing all of you come out to welcome us all here. I know you're here to see the governor, but it's also makes us feel good that you showed up here. And what a beautiful space, and it's very, it's just very apropos, because the work that Susan and I worked on carrying the Mobile Learning Labs bill is related to a whole package of legislation that we successfully passed this year to support workforce development in boosting our economy. And this is, to me, a really important part of that, you know, finding ways to promote businesses like Elevate Colorado and to support employees in a way where they can continue their education right on the job. So it's an important part of the whole economic development package. But it's my honor to introduce the governor to you. And the governor took office in November 2010, and I started as a legislator shortly thereafter. So he's the only governor that I've had the chance to work with this closely as a legislator. And his focus has been on economic development. Through his leadership, we have survived a very difficult recession in Colorado. His focus from the very beginning has been on the bottom up and the blueprint for Colorado and economic development. Because of his leadership and working with him, Colorado now has a 4% unemployment rate, Colorado is a, yes. Colorado is a model for economic development. With Governor Hickenlooper's leadership, new businesses are flourishing and are coming to Colorado. And I just couldn't be more proud as a legislator than to work with Governor Hickenlooper. So welcome to Summit County and to Frisco, Colorado.
And I was hoping, does this thing work? Oh yeah, that thing works. I was hoping that that you would say we came in at the same time, and he's the best governor I've ever worked with.
The only one.
That was the part you were going to leave out.
No,
Just say the best governor I've ever worked with.
I can say that.
Exactly. Now well, she could say it too. I'm the only governor she's worked with. It's great to be here. You know, Summit County is, in a funny way, the kind of entrepreneurial hub of rural Colorado. And just the fact that we're standing in this space, you don't see this in very many places outside of Denver or Boulder or Fort Collins, right? Well, you should. You give yourselves a hand. It's a remarkable facility to have. It's good to have entrepreneurs that start a facility like this, but it's also good to have a community that can keep them full and people using the space. We know for a fact two things. One is that startups and small businesses are where the jobs get created, right? Large companies are either shrinking down or trying to find increases in productivity. They are making generally incremental gains, and they don't create as many jobs as smaller businesses. Some mining businesses are exceptions and grow dramatically. However, the startups, and we tried to work really hard in making Colorado a destination for startups. And but when I say Colorado, I mean not just the Front Range, but the entire state as a great place for a young person to come out and create not just a business, but create a family and a life. And we are very clear that a big part of the competition in this country now around jobs is about talent. And if you can attract talent and you can give them places that they can work out of and that they're inspired by, and put them in a context where they can meet other talented people, that's when you really begin to accelerate job creation, business creation, economic growth. So it's great that we're doing this here. These mobile labs, I mean, what a great idea, right? To be able to go out and take specialized, I think, is it Red Rocks Community College that has the water chemistry mobile lab? I think that was the first one we had in the state, and that they go, you know, wherever they can get a group of people together, of folks. It's not always kids, right? It's people switching careers in midlife, and they take this lab out where they can get a group of people, and they teach them the basic, components of how to be a water chemist. That's what our evolving education system is going to have to get us to, and is getting us to, with the help of our legislature. Yay. So, I will also give a special shout out to Carrie Donovan, because we're doing this long, circumnavigation. So we flew out in the little King Air from Denver to Durango yesterday morning at dark 30. And then started working our way to a couple of events in Durango, and then up to Silverton through Uray. Stopped we actually stopped at the place where they make the Grammy Award, just in case you didn't know that award is manufactured, made by hand in Ridgeway. Just so we're clear, so we have a little bit of pride. And then we went on down to, last night we had dinner in Grand Junction, and then we worked our way this morning, starting in Grand Junction with a couple of events, and then working our way through Eagle County, through Rifle, through Vail and Beaver Creek. I mean, anyway, Carrie Donovan has been with us every step of the way today. So she's, driven at least 150 miles so far, if not 200 miles. So she may be one of the younger state senators, but she's got to be one of the hardest working as well. So. And Representative Lantine obviously didn't miss a step, gets into the legislature, starts passing important bills right off the bat, starts creating them. And then Representative Hamner, what can I say? And you guys you never appreciate what you have, but one of the more influential, in every level, one of the most influential people in the House, without question.
Gosh, Governor, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
we will now make a law. It's a little bit like making a souffle. If you don't get it, the timing's very important. You can do the play-by-play.
Oh, and now he's taking his seat. Oh, boy, great.
And we have the time-old tradition of if I have to sign with enough pens so that each bill sponsor gets a pen as a keepsake, a memento, which I'm sure are cherished for years.
Yes, cherished.
Or not.
Everyone, for years.
All right.
It's a good thing you have a long name.
It sure is.
All right.
You know what's cool?
May 13th, 2:10 p.m.
It's all girls.
I'm a lucky guy.
You know how to get stuff done.
What a better place the world would be if we had more women CEOs and more women elected officials. That's a lot. Done.
Congratulations, thank you.
Here, Summit County Commissioner, helping out Summit County TV, Channel 10 and 22, here with Governor John Hickenlooper. Governor Hickenlooper, welcome to Summit County.
Well, it's great to be here with Ace reporter Dan Gibbs. Nice to see you.
Thanks a lot. Hey, you're here signing a bill today. I know you're really busy. The legislative session just finished up last week. Tell me about your whirlwind tour right now and all your travels of signing bills.
We spent the last couple days going across the West Slope, signing bills in local communities with the local elected officials, so the state senators, state representatives, so they can get to show off to their local constituents what they've been up to. And we think it's the least I can do to kind of help come out and draw a crowd and get people to recognize that these guys work real hard. As you well know from your past experience, it's 4 months, 120 days of hard work.
Great. Now tell me a little bit about this bill. I know as a part of a kind of an economic development strategy, creating learning labs, and here we're at a startup in itself, Colorado Elevate Co-Space. And tell me about the bill.
Well, first, the space here, Elevate Co., I mean, it's so cool to have kind of common workspace and young entrepreneurs and people who just want to work on their own as freelancers. They can come here, get high-speed internet, have a workspace that really suits them. The bill we signed is for learning labs. So the first one that I was aware of was in Red Rocks Community College, where they had a water chemistry lab, a learning laboratory that they would take out and actually teach people, small groups of people, how to become water chemists, but they didn't have to come all the way to the community college. They could go to a rec center somewhere or some other location. Maybe sometimes they'd go close to a water body or a running stream where they could make specific measurements using the laboratory in that space.
Great. Well, I know you're on a tight schedule, so thank you so much for coming up here to Summit County. We have world-class skiing, hiking, fly fishing, wonderful brew pubs. What's your favorite thing about Summit County?
And world-class entrepreneurs. Look at this place, right? Yeah. This is not your normal ski resort, right? This is a ski resort that's really a community.
That's right. Well, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it, Governor.
You bet. Great to see you, Dan.
Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye. I'm here with State Representative Millie Hamner, and we just had an amazing bill signing one of your bills, HB1271. What was that like?
Well, first of all, there's so many people here. I'm so excited to be home again. And to have the governor come to Frisco, Colorado, wow, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, great. Now, tell me a little bit about the bill. I know it's part of kind of a larger economic development strategy, and I understand it passed with bipartisan support, but what are kind of the nuts and bolts of it?
Well, it's a great bill, actually. I was really happy to have been approached to carry it because it's right up my alley as far as continuing education. And basically, just as the name implies, it's a mobile learning lab. Some companies or community colleges will purchase an RV or a large van and equip it with training materials and literally take their show on the road to companies and small businesses so that they can continue their workforce development and the training needs that their company might need right on their own turf. So it's fabulous.
So tell me about some of the strategy to get the bill passed.
Well, a good strategy is always having a good bill idea, and I thought that we had that with this bill. And like I said, it was part of a larger strategy, probably 8 or 9 other bills that were traveling with it, all bipartisan, all intended to promote workforce development throughout the state. I had a great co-prime sponsor, Susan Lontine, who's a new legislator, and she stepped right up, worked really hard. It was great. It sailed through the process, no amendments, no fiscal note. So I had all systems ready to go. So it's really awesome to be here today, seeing the culminating event when the governor actually signs the bill into law.
Well, we know you work your tail off. The legislative session is 120 days long in duration. You just finished up, I believe, last week. What's in store for the summer for you?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm just catching my breath now, trying to get a little bit of sleep. But I'll be taking my show on the road also. I have, as you know, 5 counties in House District 61. So it's really important for me to do outreach and connect with people, stay in touch with what's important to them. So I'll be hosting coffees and cocktail hours and town hall events, attending parades and all kinds of summer festivals throughout the district. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, thanks so much, Representative, and really exciting to have the governor up here and sign one of your bills, and thank you for your service.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.